My name is Mugabe Mase, Commander of the Airwaves in Ghana, the award-winning talk show host of the year. I always watch KSM show, The King of the Prime Time, on Metro TV every Fridays from 9 p.m.
Of course, I'm excited. Naana.
Hello.
Hey, should I say Naana? Should I call it Prof? Which one do you go with? Prof Naana or?
Naana is still my name.
Naana is still name. Yes. Okay. Naana, welcome one more time.
Thank you so much.
And you're a very busy woman. I remember when the first announcement came that you were the choice for the vice president. I remember sending you a congratulatory note, and I said, oh, wait a minute, they can't come because I don't think somebody who is as busy as you are, who have been nominated to whatever, will even get time to see my text. But you responded. How do you, is that what you do? You do go back and respond to everybody's text?
Of course, I've been in a position where I'm working with people. You don't know why people have called you. You don't know why they've sent you a text. And just a fraction of a second saying thank you shouldn't really disrupt your day. Everybody is important.
Wow. Wow, man. Give it up, give it up, give it up. My very first question, and trust me, I have this instinct about Ghanaians, and I sort of know sometimes what they feel and what they want me to ask. The very first question, when were you informed that you are the choice for the vice president for the NDC?
Actually, you know, this issue has been in the air for a long time, and all kinds of speculations have been going on. I've been asked every so often, so will you accept it, you know? And I said, we haven't reached that stage, you know, there are other things we're all doing, so let's concentrate on what we are doing. I got to know about me and others, let me say about a week or 10 days. So I was informed, yes, you are in it, so are other people whose names were withheld. But the actual getting to know it was me was on the day of the announcement.
So the Jane called you and give you the heads up, or somebody else? I want to know how you found out. Who told you?
Name withheld, but somebody called me.
Name withheld.
That yes, this is what has happened.
How did you receive it?
You know, the sort of information that you receive with mixed feelings. So it's never one thing. Yes, so you are informed that you are, let's say you've been shortlisted among others. And that's the time the feeling begins. You know? You begin to think more closely about it. You know that, okay, so it's not in the air anymore, it's landed somewhere. You ask yourself, so why did people make that decision? What is required of me? So you go into deep thinking. You consult close family, you consult children, friends, very few people that, hey, this is what I'm hearing. And what do you think? They also ask you, so what do you think? You know, so that conversation begins.
When you are shortlisted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you know this is now a possibility. Right. So I thought of the shape of the responsibility. What really does this mean? You know, yes, you've been in public space for a while, but it's going to be very different if the choice finally falls on me.
What chances did you give yourself then, as we're going through all of this? Did you at any point say, oh, Charlie, at least I have a 70% chance, or 50 or nothing?
Listen, I've always believed that if you join any organization, you join any party, you join any entity, you just put your best foot forward. And you don't put your best foot forward for what you will get out of it. You do that for what others will perceive to be a good thing that you have done. In this country, we'll have only one president. So because you are not the president, you are not going to work hard. Everybody plays a role in whatever the category. The image I always use is that everyone brings something to the table. If we decide we are having lunch, everybody brings a dish, and it's not COVID, okay? and everybody brings salad, it's not going to be very good. Or everybody brings chicken, or everybody brings wachi. But assuming everybody brings something, you put it together and you have a good meal. So that's what it's like. You know, so you don't do things for purposes of serving yourself. You do things for the purposes of the vision of the institution you are serving, of the group you are part of. And I think that's what it is. So you don't start evaluating yourself. You don't even know who the others are. And really, I believe that, you know, you can be better tomorrow than you are today. And not because you are comparing yourself with others. Because others also have strengths you don't have. Okay? Everybody has something someone else doesn't have.
So basically, it's more like, what I'm hearing is that you have decided whether you're the candidate or not. Would it make any difference to you?
Why should it make any difference? You are committed to something or you are not. And if you are committed for what you will get out of it, then you'll be very disappointed if you don't get that particular thing.
Okay. So we move from, you now know you are shortlisted, to the day that name withheld.
Yes, so the day comes and you get this announcement and you say, oh, so it has really happened. And so you call a few people. And of course, they have already heard of it. So the phones keep ringing, the messages keep pouring in, and your friends in the country, outside the country, are surprised. Many colleagues in all kinds of places I've worked with are all calling and, you know, congratulating you and offering support. And all of that is very encouraging. But I think that above everything else, it's a most sobering experience. It sobers you immediately.
When you say sobering to the extent that you were not expecting it, or it's like, wow.
No, you were told that you've been shortlisted, so you knew it was a possibility.
Okay,
so you've crossed that bridge.
You've crossed that line,
And now the reality has hit. Now this is it. Okay, so the apprehension and so on is gone. Now it's facing the reality, and what is it? Everybody is going to look at you, everybody is going to listen to you, everybody is going to weigh everything you say and you do. You know, and I think these are some of the issues maybe I dealt with when I came into the public space, especially in becoming Vice Chancellor.
Vice Chancellor, yeah.
You know, in the other positions, I'm on the campus, and really, you know, it's a known environment, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I was going to get to that, and you've left us there. So this Vice Chancellor is an academic situation. You know, you are the vice. You are Vice Chancellor. You know, academic. You know, academic. We have disciplines and standards. Now getting into politics is dirty, man. It's wild. It's crazy.
Listen, we can make it as wild and as dirty as we want.
We can make it
as wild and as dirty, quoting your words, as we want. We can also make it as clean and as useful as we want. And the choice is ours to make. If we want to do things to discourage people who mean well, who have experience to offer into our own systems, if you want to do things to discourage them, the loss will be ours. It won't be theirs.
Okay.
So yes, I don't think that we are at a level where we can afford to play games with our politics. We have too many fundamental problems.
And we'll be getting to that. But when you say we are not at the level where we should play games with our politics, do you ever get to a level where you can start playing games, or what is this level?
You see, sometimes we compare ourselves with others.
Yeah.
Are their children dying of malaria? Yes or no?
Nope.
Have their youth hawking on the streets?
Nope.
Okay. Are their children graduating into unemployment?
Nope.
Are they training their people in the technical schools so the best they can do is to fix things they have not created? Is that what they are doing? you have other things to be worried about. And it shouldn't include throwing insults and misbehaving because it's politics.
But perfect answer. But I'm saying, knowing that, unfortunately, that has become our politics, did you go in knowing that this is what we're going to be confronted with? Or you just decided, make a change?
You see, I don't have, let me put it in, I should be very careful what I'm saying here. We know we have work to do, a lot of work to do. We can all play our roles in making that work, that burden bearable, and in arriving at destinations that will help all of us. So that's the first thing I want to put out there. So yes, maybe you can say that for every organization in this country, every institution in this country. It's about time we reviewed what we are doing and ask ourselves, are we happy with the results? If we are happy, we don't have a problem, but obviously we are not. And that is why people even caution, why are you going into this area when it is so bad? Who will make it better? I'm not saying that by myself I can, but shouldn't we even begin to talk about this? Shouldn't we begin to confront this and ask ourselves, is this the best route towards achieving a peaceful, inclusive society?
And that's cool. We'll get to that a bit later, but when you were announced,
You're still interested in this
when it was announced, boy, were there some descriptions of you. I don't know whether you heard some of them or you just ignored them, but there was some pretty mean things that were said about you. Did you hear them?
Oh, I heard some of them.
You heard some of them?
Oh, yeah. And I just thought that it wasn't something I was going to
respond to?
No, because I didn't find them very helpful. Okay? I'm a critic. I'm a literary critic. So I want to hear about comments that are helpful. There are some comments that can be completely distracting, and they can move you into conversations that will not help you. Here you've been announced for such a serious position. You want to hear measured words. You want to hear advice that helps you. You don't want to engage in all kinds of discussions that are truly taking you nowhere. Okay?
Let me jump on to your maiden speech when we introduced.
Okay.
And you made that maiden speech. And there were two kinds of reactions I got from it. Okay? Those who are sort of with you, who love you, who are rooting for you, they said, wow, this speech was, if we had to describe this speech, we call it Make Ghana Great Again. That's what they got from it. That everything you're saying was about making Ghana great again. You made references to what we were or have been and how you wish you see that now. And those that were not thrilled with you said, oh, that's a motivational speech. What motivation? Talk, no policy, nothing. So basically, these were the two angles. You know. One said you are calling for Ghana to be great again. One said you gave a motivational speech and there was no policy direction and things like that. What's your reaction? Take them one by one.
No, I don't see the difference.
Oh, you don't see the difference?
No.
Oh, really?
If one is saying the speech is calling on Ghana to be great again, and another one says it's motivation. You need motivation for Ghana to become great again. So frankly, I don't see the difference. It looks like we are all on the same page, except that maybe we don't have, maybe we have some prejudgment in making that statement. You are motivated to do something good. So I don't have any trouble with them.
So basically,
but in terms of the policy, I also heard that. We thought she was coming to make some policy statement. You have been nominated. You have not introduced yourself. People don't know your thoughts. They have no idea what your dreams are, what your vision is, and you want to launch into policy. What is policy? What is policy? And if they listen to the address very well, they may have picked issues we can begin to discuss in order to formulate policies that work. Every so often, the policy comes from the top, and then we are trying to explain it to everybody.
Yeah.
No wonder no one listens to us. Let me take an example. I was talking about early marriage. Yeah, you can formulate the policy, even come with law and say that, hey, if your daughter is not up to this age and she gets married, we'll put you in prison. Fine. Better to start a conversation about why this happens. Have you done any study about the demography of this girl who ends up being a wife at age 13? Where does she live? What is the closest school to this child? How about the hospital? And at a certain age, every human being becomes sexually active. What advice does she have? What economic activity is in her area? You see, you need to answer all those questions. And if you had provided that and the girl had hope, and the parents also had hope, you know, I don't think that many parents would be very happy to lead their 13-year-old children to become wives. But you need to ask yourself,
why?
What is causing this? Instead of throwing the law at them, instead of throwing prison at them, how about sitting down with them and finding out why? That is what we did in education. Instead of saying that, hey, let's pick the little kids and send them to school. And I said, school is not a prison. Let's find out, why are they not in school? What are the obstacles? Maybe the parents' job. Maybe I make donuts in the morning. I don't have money for labor, and so she sells some. How about having a conversation with her? Can she go to school and sell in the afternoon? Something like that. Maybe the job is that he sends the cattle feeding in the morning. So in the afternoon, he'll be free. So we formalize the complementary basic education that begins in the afternoon, so this child doesn't miss out. It's that way you formulate policies that work. So just to come, you've been announced, and in less than 1 month, you are shooting your mouth at policies. I didn't think that that is what should happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I shared my thoughts on where I thought we should be, the things that I thought should engage us, and the things that I thought we could do to move our country forward. Okay, so so both of them, the motivational speakers, I thank them, and the Make the Ghana Great Again people too.
I like how you linked the two though, because I thought it was this or that, but you're saying those who are talking about the motivation, you need that to get to this part where
we are all in this together. They think they're opposing, they are not. They should come along.
They should come along.
All do a good job.
Fantastic. Let me, and because you mentioned that the way politics is. Let me take your, before even I get to that question, what's your feeling about it? Because insults has become, if you will, like the core of our politics, unfortunately. But there are some who really bask in this, you know, and that's what I meant by it can be dirty and it can be crude and everything. What do you feel about it before we go to how do you think you can make a difference to change that?
No, I think it's unfortunate. It's most unfortunate. None of us was raised that way. We don't raise our children that way.
We're not raised that way.
No.
So what happened?
Our parents didn't raise us to go insulting people. And if insults solved any problems in this country, we'll have no problems at all. So insofar as insults haven't helped, we need to know that we need to move away from it. And all those people insulting and so on, they have young people in their families. They have young people in their homes. So when something happens and they call Uncle KSM to come and talk to niece Araba, and she knows that you yourself, you don't qualify to talk to her, the family is breaking down. And we will all suffer the consequences for it. We shouldn't get to the level where we think that to be a politician you must insult people. I don't think so. Listen, when the fabric of society gets weak, none of the policies will help you.
Repeat that. When the fabric of society gets
weak or you weaken it,
then the policies will not make any difference.
Where will the policies take you? Because then there's indiscipline, there's lack of respect, There's lack of appreciation. We don't value anything. So where are we going with all of that? So it's about time we sat down and reflected. And we need to know that foul language never got anybody anywhere. People ask, oh, so this person said that, why didn't you respond? I said, you know, I don't go to battle when no war has been declared.
I don't go to battle when no war has been declared. So all that
and when war is declared, you choose your battles.
Wow.
Okay? So, and I also know that insult by insult, I don't go into anything to lose. I go working hard to win. And I know very well that in the battleground of insults, insult by insult, they will out-insult me. So it's a war I don't want to
engage in that war.
And I don't see the benefits of that, frankly.
Yeah.
Frankly, you've been a teacher, you're a parent, you're a family member, and you are there. Others should do that, and you should call them to order. Young people should be, excuse me to say, misbehaving, and it's your job as an older person
to call them to order.
Call them to order.
But when
if you are calling them to order with bad record, you know, where's your moral? On what moral grounds do you stand to do that? So how do you blame the youth? You know, we like blaming the youth and blaming who raised them.
Thank you.
And who is setting the example that they are following? And why don't we have the guts to correct them? Because we are doing worse. We will not build a strong country with that. And anybody who feels that by using foul language, by insulting people, is getting marks, is completely misled. Because it's not. Someday, all those words come back to haunt you. I met a group of young people, and I was saying that in my time, you had to write a letter, put it in an envelope, go to the post office and mail it. And the matter was between you and the recipient only. Today, you only have to cough. And 30 years later, when you are ready for a position, somebody will bring it at you. So you have to be even more careful than people of my generation. Okay, so that's how I'll deal with this.
Okay. So the other thing that comes up is, you know, here you are sounding very, how do I put it? Very mature. You know, why insult? Don't need for insults. Everything that's coming out of you is like, I'm mature. I'm gone past this. You know, when they get on the campaign trail, it's not like that. And even though you say we have chosen that way because we have decided that that's our choice, how do you fight with it? Well, now because of Kuro, there are chances, maybe a chance that you don't even have to go and talk to 10,000 people at a time, you know. But basically, the idea is, the people are like, where is the vibrancy? Can she be on a platform to raise people and get them charged?
You can raise people and get them charged in different ways.
Okay.
The platform is one of them. And as you say, today, we can't even do that.
Yeah.
So how else can you do that? How else can you give them hope to let them know that they also have a stake in making a change in our country? And you don't need to scream and yell to make that happen. You can also speak quietly to people. You can speak with respect to people, and they will listen to you. Okay. So if the time comes and you need to, there are people who can do better than you can. And so, and as you say, we have all these restrictions to deal with anyway. So you may have smaller groups, maybe more often than a large group once. So different methods, I believe, will be required. And as we say, these are not normal times. So the new normal, I hope the new normal will clean off a lot of the bad that were in the normal, so that we can make some progress in our country.
Okay. She hopes the new normal will clean up many of the bad things so that we can make progress in our country. And we're going to take a commercial break. On that note, when we come back, more of Professor Naana. We'll be right back.
KSM Show.
Well, when it's party time, it's man wine time. If it's not party and it's just an outdooring, it's man wine time. Every time we get together, it's man wine time. Whether it's red or white, the name is man wine.
Therefore, say whoop wine and sata, me pacho pee. Shisha man family wine. I'm ranting me and sa wumu free Stellenbosch, South Africa, ye nature wine. Red wine I would only be any Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot and a Syrah. White wine and so, ebony Chardonnay and a Chanel Blanc. Whoop will enjoy wine ya. Me pacho pee. White wine no 7 ice cold and a red wine and so. Maninya cool kakra. Whoop pache de be dia more penny beer. Man family wine. Who ye party and a yen soa, and more rain free man family wine. Artist option was Spintex Road in Crankwa, and a sole distributor ewo Ghana. At to phone for 020-811-0618, 059-261-1618, and now 020-816-1601. Man family wine, or beer see ye. Nomninyan semu, one too many power winning fear do watching, and sessa painful num be. FDA, Ashisha sa ejedi nkratso imachia to mu se eye.